like you can. Thank you all for being here today, September 4th. I was told right before now that today's Beyonce's birthday, which is the second best thing happening today after this panel. But thank you, guys, for being here with us today. Many questions to ask you guys about the development of young talent here in Asia and how brands or clubs help them develop, as well as European teams help the clubs here have cooperations. So I will start from my closest colleague here onwards, Christopher. What are the biggest barriers in Cambodia and players face in becoming professionals, and how is Svay Rieng, sorry if I'm not saying it right, addressing these challenges?
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. Pleasure to be here. So yeah, I'm the general manager of Preah Svay Football Club, the current champions of Cambodia, back-to-back champions. And to answer your question, there's three main barriers in Cambodian football. I've been working in Cambodia now for 12 years at the elite level of professional football. And the big challenges we face is, number one, facilities. Number two, opportunities for kids to be involved in grassroots and youth development programs. And number three, although we have many coaches who love football, who are passionate about football, a lack of coach education system for them to learn how to nurture and how to develop young players from the ages of 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. At our football club, we were the first professional football club in Cambodia to build a purpose-built training ground where we have grass fields, artificial fields. We've started a residential academy. We have a gym. We have sports science and medical facilities also. And we strategically made sure that we made one full-size artificial field where we could then open our doors to start a football school. We have been running the football school now for a couple of years. We have over 250 children that are involved in our football school, and that has allowed us to also branch into other areas of Phnom Penh and in Cambodia to not only expand our football club, but to provide more opportunities for players, for young kids to play football at grassroots level under the umbrella of a professional club. And to support coach education, we now have, I think, around about 20 local coaches working within our football school who are freelance coaches, but we provide coach education workshops within our football club, leaning on our expertise from our technical team, from myself as well, having worked in Europe. Many of our technical staff working in our men's team are all from Europe as well. So we're really trying to support not only the overall growth of our team, but to provide more opportunities for grassroots football development in Cambodia.
Amazing. Next, Jessica. Jessica is the managing director of Kitchee here locally in Hong Kong. I was also told that she's the only, I believe, person in Hong Kong to have the FIFA diploma in club management. So, question, again, regarding youth development. Kitchee, the club itself has established one of the leading youth academies development structure here in Hong Kong. What accounts for the success in nurturing young talent here locally?
I guess there are a few factors that I would say that could bring us to success. The first thing is the people that we have. We have a group of very responsible and willing to learn coaches that they believe in the club philosophies, and they are very willing to, follow playbooks and the style of play, which kind of unified the whole playing style of the club. Say, if I would like to, or not me, the coaches would like to promote players from under 14 to under 16 or under 16 to under 18. They play the same style and they know how to play by the positions, so that it's easier for them to adapt the future, their professional career in the first team. The second thing is, Chris mentioned about infrastructures. Infrastructure in Hong Kong, it's also a very challenging one for us. But Kitchee is we are very grateful to have our own training facilities designated for youth football in Hong Kong. It's not a very fancy training ground comparing to a lot of the clubs that we have. Like, don't compare with Japanese and Korea. I mean, we have a very functional training ground, and we have a very limited but enough training areas, pitches, seminar rooms. We have medical center, which we work with the Chinese University of Hong Kong, that to bring sports science together to help to elevate players' performance. Also, I think we are also probably one of the club in Hong Kong that we provide nutrition support to our players, not the first team, not just the first team, but also the young players. So I guess with a very comprehensive support, that brings Kitchee or the players to better positions in Hong Kong youth development. The third, I would say, is because of governance. With a background in licensing, I mean, there are not a lot of information online or even textbooks that tell you how to run an academy. But to chase like different recognitions from like FIFA, AFC, or other third collaborations authorities, we always see what kind of criteria that they would consider being as a one-star academy, two-star academies, and based off this kind of like requirements, this kind of shape us or give us a framework how to be like to run an academy properly. So I guess that's probably the three things that I would say bring Kitchee to a better positions in Hong Kong football. Great.
So we have also Andreas. He's the only one in our panel that works in the from a European club. So the 15 years in business leadership, director of marketing for the club. The club is very active in the Asian football market. Why did you make that decision, and how did you first approach the Asian market in general?
First of all, please allow me to say thank you to WFS and especially to you, Salvador, to host us here today. For me in person, it is a great honor and a big pleasure to be here on the stage for the very first time. So thank you again for that, really appreciate it. To answer your question, I have to go back several years ago where we decided to position Asia as our main international target markets. From a European perspective, the immense potential of the region in football, as in sports in general, as well as in business, as in education, convinced us to make that decision. And maybe if you all might know, VfL Bochum is not one of the biggest German clubs, so we have to use our resources wisely. That means that we have to analyze a lot in front. We have to make good decisions, smart decisions, and we even have to find ways to engage in international markets which fit to our club structure and to our resources. Maybe to give you a deeper view, for example, brand value. Brand value for us, it's not only defined by global fame or by superstar players, it's more about tradition, authenticity, and community spirit. And all these qualities resonate strongly in Asia, where fans appreciate clubs who stay true to their roots while engaging internationally. So, back in 2021, our journey began to roll. We started to organize various football development programs in Vietnam and in Japan, together with some partners of us, and football development programs with local kids, local children, coaches, and as well CSR events besides. And all of that gave us a first impression how the football structure in these markets is about, and showed us how a European club like ours would be received in the market. And at the same time, the local communities got in touch with us and gained insights about how we see, work, live, and play football in Germany. So what I would like to say is it is really important to get an understanding for the local markets and to get a deep insight how local communities work to be successful at the end. And that was even the main part of the beginning of our journey. So since then, we see participation numbers have been steadily grown, which clearly shows us that there's a strong interest in what we can offer. And on the other hand, we also realize how much we can learn from the local communities as a counterpart. And maybe to summarize it a little bit at the end, I would say our strategy it's not a one-way street. We aim for a mutual exchange because we truly believe that you need to know as much as possible as you can to be successful in different markets, and in the end to create and build up player pathways.
Great. Tommy is our only invite today that works in a brand, as if you couldn't tell, dressed in fashion. So from a brand perspective, how can equipment and sportswear companies support the development of youth academies and grassroots football, particularly here in this region?
Thank you. First of all, thanks a lot for WFS. And also, it's my honor to be on stage with Christopher from Cambodia and Jessica from Kitchee and also Andreas from Bochum. So my name is Tommy. I put it this way. Actually, I have 3 roles also with the company. I'm the brand ambassador for Joma Sport for almost 1.5 years. And meanwhile, actually, I'm also a part-time teacher. And I also had been running a football club before, like 12 years ago. So from brand perspective, there are 3 very important elements. So we are very lucky. Our group behind, actually, there is an investment group, is Geely Automobile, that we have a joint venture with Joma Sport from Spain. So our headquarters is in Hangzhou, and the group behind, they are doing the satellites in the space and also the automobile, and they are really willing to devote themselves in sports sector. And then how we help our region and how we help the players is we need to have a very fast operation. So our factories here in Hangzhou, and also we have some factories in southern side. So we could provide the products in a very quick, also in terms of logistics. So the investment behind is very important because that's how we have a profound SKU, and also we have a very quick reaction when the players needs our products. So that's how we shape for the infrastructure as a brand. The second thing is for us, Joma Sport actually is a family-based business. The name is called, you may say as a Joma, J-O-M-A, but actually it's the founder's eldest son. His name is called Jose Manuel. So it's J-O and M-A. That's why it's called Joma. So similar case with other big brand names. And we position us, we support the professional players and amateur players. So be frank, we cannot compare with some big brand names, for example, like Nike and Adidas. So we are a bit more low profile. And that's why we could be very focused to help the players, to help the academies, to help the schools to grow with the kids at a very early age. So for example, Joma, we have our own Joma Cup for the kids like 5, 6, and 7. And we are really focused on futsal. And how we grow from there is the futsal can grow with grassroots football. So let the kids to touch more balls, to feel the ball, and then to feel what a match is on the playground. Because be frank, if 11 aside, as a kid, 5, 6, 7 year and 8 and 9 years old, it's very hard for them to have a really understanding the game. And so we are supporting a few clubs here in Hong Kong, and we have been supporting for like more than 2 years. And we are also trying to grow up some talented kids. And actually, the father of the kid was playing for Kitchee a long time ago. And his name is called Mr. So. So his son is called Johnny, and we are very lucky. We are giving him the gears, the boots, and we are also giving some sponsor for his studying. And we are very happy. He's a Hong Kong wonder kid, 12 years old, who is now playing in Real Betis in Spain. And apart from sports, from our brand perspective, because Joma is from Spain, and we think that the understanding of language is very important. So we are also trying to sponsor in terms of academy languages. Language is very, very important, and I think I'm not sure if any Hong Kong parents here. In Hong Kong, we think that English is very important. However, per our understanding, well, Spain is the best of the world, and last year they got the 2 Ballon d'Ors of the lady and the man. So we are trying to offer also some Spanish course for some of the kids, and how we grow with the youth players. And that's why we are trying to find the right academy who have our same understanding in terms of our philosophy as well. So that's how we have to grow with grassroots football here in Hong Kong from brand perspective. Thank you.
That's an amazing story. I didn't know that this kid was playing in Betis. I'm actually from that city in Spain.
Wow.
So I had no clue.
Glad, yeah.
I have to follow it. Also,
Yeah, you have to keep an eye on it.
Oh, amazing. Christopher, so you mentioned behind the scenes that you've been the managing director of the club for football activities, but also non-football activities. How does, but being as you mentioned, first professional club, etc., how does your club balance the pressure to succeed in domestic competitions with investing in grassroots facilities and academy development?
I think the important word that you said there is balance. At the end of the day, we are a professional football club. We are in a sport that we have to win. We have to win short term. As I mentioned, we are the back-to-back champions in Cambodia. We got to the AFC Challenge League final last year, which was an amazing achievement for our football club, but also for Cambodian football. It was history made for Cambodian football. We had the honor of hosting the final of AFC Challenge League in Cambodia, 51,000 fans, sold-out stadium. So this short-term success, which we have been building for many years, allows us to reinvest in the long term. Because this then brings in more sponsorships, more partners, increases our fan base, increases our merchandise sales, more fans coming to the stadium, which then generates different revenue streams, which then allows us to reinvest back into the football club. And one example I'd like to share is that we have now started a residential academy at our football club. We strategically went across Cambodia to every province. There's a total of 25 different provinces across the country. It took us 6 months to go through every single province. We conducted trials for players to join our residential academy. We had 1,200 kids that participated in our trials, and we selected the best 28 kids to join our under-13 residential academy. We went very, very young with the strategic idea of most clubs in Cambodia and the federation, they run under-16s and under-18s youth leagues. Picking up players at under-16 and under-18 level now that are not already part of an academy system, 9 times out of 10 can be a little bit too late. We've missed the golden age of development. So we made the decision to go younger than any other club in the country, and we went under-13s. We're now 1 year into the program. They live on site at our training ground. We send them to school. They have English tutor classes as additional academic programs at the training ground. We have a full-time chef handling all of their nutrition. We took on legal guardianship of the kids, so we are their legal guardians. We are responsible for all medical care, everything that's associated with their growth as young adults, and they have a football program. So we have their football curriculum on the field. They have a gym program. Our sports science and medical department that we invested into for our senior team has now started to drip into the academy as well, because we want to try and build not only good footballers in terms of technique, but can we build athletes? We want to have this next generation of our football club, not only the next generation for our senior team and for the Cambodian national team, but we want to see if we can open up a player trading model from our football club. Can we develop players through our academy, through our long-term investment, to be the first young Cambodian players that can be exported out of Cambodia, whether it's in Southeast Asia, hopefully long-term into Europe. And this is what we're investing in. So to go back to answer your question, we have to be balanced. We have to focus on the short term because we are a club that needs to win. We have an expectation internally and from our fans to win games, to win trophies. But we also have to focus on the long term and the sustainability of investing in youth, supporting grassroots, and trying to build the next generation for our football club and for Cambodian football.
No, it sounds great and ambitious. Going back to Jessica, how do global partnerships and international cooperation strengthen the football development in Asia in general?
Well, Andreas mentioned brand value. It actually strikes me a lot because I used to be a marketing person, and everything is about value. And when we're talking about how to elevate the value of the club or the academy, one thing that we think of course, producing players, but how? And in Hong Kong, it's rare, or we have challenges to. It's challenging to acquire knowledgeable experts, and that's why back in 2007 we actually hosted FC Barcelona to Hong Kong, and after that partnership, we started another partnership in 2008 that was bringing FCBS Scholar to Asia. We were actually the first partner to bring FCBS Scholar to Asia, and obviously it was the first one in Hong Kong. And throughout that partnership, I mean, the knowledge exchange from the club, and also the curriculum that we received, which actually sculpted the playoff style that of the club, even from the first team to under 7. I mean, they play the same style. For a couple of years later, we also engaged another academy, which called the David Villa DV7 Academy.
Yep.
And this time, not just refining curriculums, but also we have a particular part on coaching education. So trying to, again, bring modern football knowledge to Hong Kong. Especially, we all know that modern football changes every day, very rapidly. So we think that it's very important to bring all these knowledge back to Hong Kong, and hopefully would inspire the local coaches and the players as well. And then during the pandemic time, when everything stopped, we were actually really difficult in finding things to do because, you know, venues closed and everything. So we decided to engage a football consultancy from Germany, which called the Double Pass. We didn't send them to Hong Kong because everything stopped again and it was suspended. But we do online classes with our coaches. So we have a very comprehensive coaching education sessions with them every day, basically. And then to go through the whole academy structure, and which give us lots of different insights. And after COVID, we also hosted them back to Hong Kong, and to give like on-the-field sessions, sharings, trying to give some impact, especially on coaching education. And throughout all these collaboration, I think it's also very important for the players to be exposed because Hong Kong is a very small area, and we really want to have our talented players to be seen. One thing that we have been trying to do is to open different doors for them. So we send players or teams to China, to Japan, to Thailand, or even to Spain for exchange or on-loan program. Hopefully, they will be seen, they will be caught up by some like scouts teams, and hopefully will be benefits for them to pursue their further career. Actually, next week, we'll have another announcement, which I can give you a little bit of teaser on that. We have another partnership announcement with a Middle East authority. It's also on coaching development, and hopefully that brings another impact to the club.
Congrats. We'll be looking forward to that announcement.
Thank you.
Andreas, you've mentioned about Japan and the club. What did you choose Japan to be as your main international target market?
Well, that is quite easy for me to explain. The decision is basically based on the football strength, football quality, its cultural fit, and even because of the already existing connections we had in the market. And even the last part helped us a lot to start our projects in Japan. But also history was relevant for our decision because in the past we have been the footballing home for several Japanese players like Shinji Ono, Takuma Asano, and currently Koji Miyoshi. And as we all learned here in Hong Kong at the summit, the local hero is the thing that might work in the markets. And I would, from my point of view, I would even compare it to player pathway. And because of that, we thought, yeah, maybe there are some existing people in Japan who already heard about Bochum, and maybe we can use this for our goals. Yeah, and but that is not all. Furthermore, we were the first German club to cooperate with the Japanese sports brand Mizuno as our kit supplier, and the partnership offers us a really huge potential reach in Japan. And for a club like us, really a great thing that we have this partnership, and that's why we want to explore in Japan. Yeah, and what I also would like to highlight is that our city, the city of Bochum, has a connection to the Japanese city of Tsukuba. They are sister cities, so they're strong connections, strong relationship, and because of our strong connections into political dimensions, we were able to support this partnership as an emotional enabler. So really kind of unique thing for us in the market. Yeah, and maybe in the end, to give you a short intro about our next goal in Japan is we want to create a unique identity by positioning ourselves as a club that combines German club culture with openness and reliability to be attractive for all kinds of fans, players, partners, sponsors even, and even educational institutions.
Amazing. That sounds great. Tommy,
Yep.
How do you see the balance between performance and accessibility, making football affordable while still offering high quality products?
Well, yeah, that's exactly the brand position of Joma, and from our founder from Toledo, a great town next to Madrid. He and his son Joma are always telling us our brand position is always giving the affordable price and agreeable, and we don't spend a lot of money for advertising, and we don't. Be frank, we don't spend a lot of money with big clubs and also with some big names. Rather, we put a lot of our effort, around 25% each year. We put it in the R&D, and we put a lot for the innovation of our products. And for example, our futsal shoes. We have a few of the patents that we only have, which help to protect the players' health. And each year, around more than 900 annual tests that we do on our products, and we put a lot of focus to make our product in a very high quality while at a very good price. And hence the cooperation between Spain, Toledo, and Hangzhou, the close relationship. And we are also discussing with some of the area and the countries nearby, like for example, the Pakistan, to do the football. And also, we highly put the portion for the production of the shoes and the clothes, and also for the casual wear in the southern part of China. And in this sense, also in terms of logistics, we could keep our price at a very affordable rate, and then we won't be higher than, for example, for the shoes, at the very beginning of the launching price won't be higher than 120 US dollar. In Hong Kong dollar, maybe we won't be higher than 1,000, and that's our company policy, and that's why so many we are very happy, and we just realized that many parents they changed to use our shoes because first we are quite affordable, around like 25 US dollar or 30 US dollar. You can have one pair. So also good point is for those who are not sure that they like football or futsal or not, they will give it a try for our brand. We are happy with that. And also our gears, for example, like those like a shin pad and shorts and our jerseys, we are always at a very agreeable price, which is not higher than 15 US dollar. We have plenty. And we want the players and we want the parents to have a feeling about football and futsal, and which consists around like 10 to 12% of our whole business, because actually the Homa brand is covering around 17 different categories of sports. Of course, Homa, we love football and we love futsal, and it consists a big part of us. So we from our background, we are family based. The second is we also do very cautious decisions to develop the products, and so that we from APAC side, we are also following the policy and the philosophy from Homa Lopez family. So that's how we carry on in Hong Kong, and that's why we keep focus on to grow the futsal here in Hong Kong as a first tier or as the entry level for the parents also and for the kids. And so we're very lucky. More or less, we have around like 100 schools. The coaches, they are using our jerseys and also our gears as well. And also thanks to our background. For example, we are developing with one of the great academy. It's called SID. It's a Spain International Development, and actually they're also my friend, and we are very happy. And the owner of it, they also actually they're bringing the buzzer system after the great achievement by Kitchee, and they're trying to bring the buzzer system here in Hong Kong, and we are very focused to grow with the coaches together and also with the kids, and that's how we see to grow together with the brand. Yeah, so this.
Oh, great. So as we can see, our host is here. So I only have less than 5 minutes. Last questions. I ask you to be as quick as possible so we can get them through. Christopher, last but not least, what strategies is the club using to ensure Cambodian players gain visibility and opportunities on the international stage?
Well, I think one of the strategies, Jessica touched on it already, is sending academy teams to go and play in international competitions to get exposure. not only is it a vital part of their own personal development in terms of playing in different countries, experience different cultures, but also part of their football development, it also is a gateway to showcase their talent as well. The second part for me, which is something that we're working on at the moment, is to try and create international club partnerships. Can we create partnerships with clubs in other countries, in other regions, where we can maybe have exchange programs, where we can send some of our talented players over to these countries, over to these clubs, to get more enhanced coaching methodologies, coaching practices, working in different environments, working in different situations that can overall hopefully provide them a platform to showcase that they have the ability and talent to play not just in Cambodia, but outside of Cambodia.
Amazing. Jessica, as the CEO of a technological company, most important question today, what role does technology play in accelerating the growth of local talent? And you have under a minute.
You mean technology?
Yeah.
Okay. To be honest, in Hong Kong, technology and sports, it's new. But we are trying our very best to acquire people from the tech side to come up with solutions that could actually elevate players' performance. We now, of course, a lot of the teams they wear wearables, GPS, and we do have tech people over here from my team, and also we actually go through all the data and go through with the coaches and see how we can help on the field, but also off the field. Because when you're talking about endurance, let's say, how we can help them off the field at the gym, what you can do. So this can be better monitored, and we always mention about overloading, underloading, how to quantify or justify. So this is something that we are heavily investing in sports technology into the club. But also one more thing, it's I guess injury is also something that we always touch on when we comes to sports tech. And always we say, okay, technology can help you to prevent injury, but how about predict injury? Something like that. We are also thinking like what we can do from the tech side and from the football side. So hopefully we can combine these two together as soon as possible and to provide another solution for players.
Great. Andreas, you formed amazing partnerships in the past. Tell us a little bit about your partnership with Jubilo Iwata and how do you guys help each other?
Yeah, I'm going to do it real quick.
Go.
Because our club cooperation with Jubilo Iwata is basically based on player exchange and transfer of knowledge bases, which is, in our opinion, very important for the part to creating player pathways together. And we started in January 2025 when Jubilo player Seiji Park joined our U21 team for a 2-week trial, including training session and match experience. And 2 months later, we hosted the U18 team of Jubilo Iwata, the complete team, for a whole week in Bochum, and organized joint training sessions between our U17 team and U19 team, friendly matches as well as against other Bundesliga youth teams within the nearby region. And like I said before, that thing is not a one-way street for us. So we also planning right now to join the tournament of Jubilo Iwata in spring 2026 with our U15 team. And on the business side, for example, Jubilo Iwata opened the door for us to their owner and to their main sponsor, Yamaha Motors, and to discuss how Bochum could play a meaningful role in their strategy in Europe, for example.
Oh, amazing. Tommy, last question. Can you tell us about an example of collaborations between Joma and clubs in Asia that have helped?
Yes, sure. Yes, I will try to make it quick. And actually, I'm responsible for Hong Kong market. So I talk about the local case here in Hong Kong. So we have been supporting clubs. Maybe they're not that famous, but the name is called Beauty Pool. So they are playing for the futsal, and just mentioned the father, the owner of this club, and his kid is now in Real Betis, and also we are growing with the club. There's I'm a bit selfish because I'm from a local community, so I'm trying my best to sponsor the team that where I was from. It's called Yunlong, it's a Division 1, and we have been sponsoring the team for 2 years. They are going to be the second season, and more or less, including the kids, they were around like boys and girls. There were around like 300 kids with all the tiers, and we are very happy. We have a very good partnership, and we share the same value. And actually, inside the coaches, they are also the coaches for Hong Kong futsal. So they understand our whole development and what we want to convey from a brand side all together with the club. And also we are very lucky, and mind if I say it, we just signed a deal with one of the longest history club in Hong Kong, has 110 years. It's called South China. And the next season we'll be collaborating with them, and they'll be also using a Homa products, and that's how we try to help with different clubs and to share the same way. Of course, if one day Kitchee, if there's any chance, we'll be glad to have this chance. So in Hong Kong, well, although Hong Kong is a very in terms of geographical, is very small, but Hong Kong is a very special place, in my opinion, in Asia. Like here is a hub, and everyone here, we are sitting down to discuss different things about football, and it's always a special place. So that's how we to execute what the brand principle from Toledo for us to do here in Hong Kong. And of course, if one day we could grow this in Asia altogether with the Kitchee. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for being here today. I appreciate the patience. And we'd love to see you guys here next year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, our speakers. Thank you for making the most out of